Right, hello Year 7s. Here's another YouTube video. So this was requested. If you have any other questions that you're stuck with and you're interested in seeing a video on it, just email me and I can potentially make that video for you and chuck it on my YouTube channel. So it's for today, Thursday. Instructions are pretty straightforward. Just take notes from each of the key ideas from those lessons, answer the questions that I provide you. There are textbook questions. If you want to do more work, I highly recommend it. But I'd like you also to write a summary and those 2 to 3 cues each lesson. I will check them next week, but obviously if the lockdown extends, I will eventually ask you to start emailing me your work if you can. If you can't, I'm not going to put too much stress on that. I will look at all of your work when you get back to school. But having said that, let's move on. So we're still solving equations today. We're just slightly changing the way that the equation looks. So previously you had, equations that looked like this. So 3x plus 4 equals 10, something like that. And you'd be asked to rearrange and solve to find out what the value of x is. And there you go. There's already a cue from a previous lesson. So that can be one of your questions of fact that you could use on the left-hand side. Actually, let's just go ahead and quickly review it. So the way that we would do this one is by rewriting it and getting rid of the plus 4 first. So we plus 4, but then we minus 4 on both sides. Running out of room here. And the plus 4 and the minus 4, they cancel each other out. So you can put a line through it because plus 4 minus 4 is 0. And we're left with 3x equals, now 10 take 4, that's 6. So now 3x equals 6. We just need to remove the 3 and it's being multiplied by that x. So we'll divide by 3 to get rid of it. And we're going to do the same thing to both sides. The 3's cancel out because timesing by 3 and then dividing by 3 has no effect on that number. So we just cancel those numbers out and we're left with x equals, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So that's a review from last lesson. Now today we're looking at different types of equations, ones that have brackets. So the purpose of brackets, and I'm just reading here now, the purpose of brackets is to group numbers and terms together, so inside those brackets, when they are being multiplied or divided by some common number. So this example right here, let me zoom in. This example means that the 3 is multiplying by both the x and the 4 inside the brackets. So this is saying 3 multiplied by x and 3 multiplied by positive 4. And I'm saying positive 4 because there's a positive sign here. So 3 times x and 3 times 4. So we just answer those each individually, and we call this expanding. So I've just got the example down below. So 3 times x is simply 3x, and we write it like that. And 3 times 4 is simply 12. And we write positive 12 because there's a positive sign next to this 4 here. Once the brackets have been removed, we can solve the equation. So see how I've got this now? I've expanded, I've gotten rid of the brackets. You'll see that this is exactly the same format as the question we solved before. It's a slightly different question, 3x plus 12. So see how it looks very similar now. So the idea is that you're just practicing expanding, which means removing the brackets and then solving. So I've got an example here. So 3 multiplied by x plus 2 equals 21. So we're trying to find the value of x here. And the way that we do that is by first expanding the brackets, and that removes them. So 3 times x is 3x. So we just write it below. And 3 times 2 is 6. So we originally write 3x plus 6 equals the 21, which we have here as well. So you just write that again. And then from there, you just solve. So you get rid of the plus 6 by minusing 6, and you've got to do that to both sides, just like we normally do. And then you're left with 3x equals 15, because that's what 21 minus 6 is, it's 15. And then we remove the 3 just like normal by dividing by 3, and then you do that to both sides. The 3's cancel out, and you're left with x equals, and then 15 divided by 3 is 5. All right. So I'll do one more, and then I'll leave it there. So for the second question, that's part B. 5 multiplied by x plus 7 equals 45. Let's go ahead and do that. So I will expand the brackets by multiplying 5 by both the x and the 7, but one at a time. So 5 times x is 5x, and 5 times positive 7 is positive 35. And then we need to equal that to 45. So now that I've expanded, I can solve here. I'm going to remove the plus 35 by taking away 35 from both sides. So it'll look like this. So take away 35 equals 45, but I need to take away 35 on the other side as well. There you go. The plus 35 and the minus 35 have just cancelled out. I'm now left with 5x equals, now 45, take 35 is 10. Oops. I have one more operation. I'm just thinking I'm running out of room, so I'm just going to shove that up there. I will remove our 5 here by dividing by 5, and I'll have to do that to both sides. And the 5's will cancel out, and I'm left with x equals now 10 divided by 5, or another way of saying that is how many 5's fit inside of 10, and the answer is 2. So the idea is that you just expand the brackets and then you rearrange to solve just like you did in last lesson. All right, email me if you have any questions. Other than that, enjoy the video. Thank you, bye.